ask the first question.
Come on, boss. I got a chair.
All right, Krista, first question right here in the front on one. The microphone's coming right over.
Hey guys, Trista Crick, USA Today. I would love to hear from both of you guys whether you actually think momentum is real, and if so, does it carry over from game to game, in your opinion and your experience?
It's definitely a real thing. It's just a matter, can you capitalize on it? You know, once the next game starts, and lock in and focus on details and kind of see the adjustments the other team is going to make, especially in the playoff series, because that happens. They watch film, try to tinker a little bit, but momentum and just confidence in terms of what we're trying to accomplish every possession, every quarter in order to win a game. It's definitely a real thing.
Mark on the left side.
It's for Steph and Klay, Mark Medina, Bay Area News Group. What do you expect the emotions will be like tomorrow, knowing Kevin's out and final game at Oracle?
I expect us to obviously come out and play as hard as we can. We're not even thinking about the future. We're just thinking about enjoying this last show at Oracle. We're about to give our fans. And I expect our fans to be the loudest they've ever been, especially in the name of Kevin and, you know, bringing his type of spirit he would bring to the fight and the competitiveness. I know our fans will do that because we deserve it, but more importantly, Kevin does for what he gave this team, this organization. There wouldn't be banners if it wasn't for his presence, so we expect our crowd to be loud for him.
Mark over here on the left.
For both of you guys, Mark Schwartz, ESPN, I know you're trying to take something from him right now, but during this long series on this stage, what has impressed or blown you away most about Kawhi Leonard?
I mean, he's a gamer. He's shown that he's a Finals MVP back in San Antonio Spurs days for a reason, and he just makes winning plays, and he's obviously expanded his game since then and has shown offensively how dynamic he is. And he requires attention at all times, so even, you know, really good defense, sometimes he finds a way, but, you know, for us, it's just playing the long game, understanding he might have great numbers and whatnot. It's just a matter, can we, you know, get the stops that matter? Can we win? Can we win the game? You know, any way that it takes, and he's just a competitor, and so we respect that for sure. And he's shown that again this entire playoff run that they've had.
So Roland the Guardian, Kevin Durant Instagram that his soul was hurting after last game. Have you guys had a chance to check in with him? How's he doing? How are you guys doing? And how much are you guys going to be playing for him come tomorrow?
I mean, this first 24 hours, there's not much you can say in terms of him going through the process, figuring out how the extent of the injury and what the roadmap's going to look like coming back. But I don't think much needs to be said about the motivation that we have or are going to have tomorrow. Like Klay said, to protect our home court, feed off our crowd's energy, play for K, and try to keep our season alive. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that you can kind of tap into for energy tomorrow. We'll be ready.
Michael in the center.
Michael Grange from Sportsnet. This would be for either of you guys. Coming out of that timeout in Game 5, you each hit huge shots. It's nothing new for either of you in terms of hitting shots in big moments. Did you feel that coming on? Did you think that you guys were about to do something pretty special? And just in the bigger picture, what's it feel like to be stepping into shots like that really matter?
I don't think we anticipated that to happen. We just kind of go out there and play. We're very in tune with each other, being that we've played with each other for years. So when we hit the open man, like Steph doesn't stop moving. That's how he got that curl three. Same with me. Draymond sacrificed his body, set a great screen. So it just comes down to having the chemistry we do with the team and just playing that ball movement type of basketball. And then I'm very, on the defensive end, I think is where we won that game. Just being able, just Draymond and Andre making huge reads to, all-world defenders. And then as far as stepping into those shots, we practice those every single day. So, and I know Steph's been doing it for 10 years with this organization, and me 8. So we know what it's like to take those, and we can live with the make or miss. It's just what it comes down to.
Dan, towards the middle.
Guys, also for either of you, Dan Wicke with the Los Angeles Times. Obviously, Kevin won't play the rest of this year, so that means the Death lineup or the Hamptons 5 lineup won't be out there. How important of a tool has that been for you guys since he's gotten here? And what do you think sort of the lasting legacy of that lineup and the way that kind of changed the way teams played? What do you think that'll be?
I don't know much about the second part of that question, but just in terms of when we're healthy and we have all those 5 guys out there, the chemistry is solid because we don't take over each other's spots on the floor, and we all bring something different to the table. And we work off each other really well. There's a trust factor and just a rhythm to it on both ends of the floor. And I think we all just enjoy the pace that we can play with and the speed that we can show. So, it's just one of those things that when you see those 5 guys out there, something good's about to happen. And really you don't know where it's going to come from too. That's the best part about it, and we all enjoy each other's successes. So, it's a great lineup, obviously. I don't know the lasting legacy or whatever. Hopefully there's still more of that to come.
Over on the far right.
Josh Peter with USA Today. Steph, there's some video online showing your parents getting heckled pretty bad outside the team hotel in Toronto. In light of what happened with Aisha, the fan getting arrested for the vulgar comments and some of the aggressive fan behavior, what do you make of what's happened?
I think in terms of being in the finals 5 years in a row and being on the stage, it's hard to avoid those interactions with fans that want to kind of impose or make their imprint on the series somehow, some way, especially with social media these days. So I think it's kind of stupid, to be honest, in terms of people camping outside our hotel just to yell expletives at either us or our family members or whatever the case is. But we handle all that stuff with class and try to ignore it the best we can. And if they get something out of it, so be it, but it doesn't affect us at all in terms of what we're trying to do and how we carry ourselves, us as team, as players, and people that represent us and our families as well.
And in the front.
Ann Kelly on San Francisco Chronicle. For both you guys, you're elite athletes, and there's a lot of talk right now about who's to blame for what happened to Kevin, if the organization pressured him, if he felt pressure from his teammates. I'm just wondering if, Klay, you've recently been injured, Steph, you've been injured in the past. What's your feeling about that kind of conversation about the blame game?
I mean, everybody has great 20/20 hindsight, and it's 24 hours in a day, and there's a lot of different takes you can have on a situation like that. In our cases, and as well as Kay, and knowing him as a person and behind the scenes, we all want to play basketball. Like, if we have an opportunity to play or a chance to play, we want to play, and that's just how it is as competitors, and especially at this stage. So I trust our medical staff, and know Bob Myers has our best interest in terms of not just what we can do in this series, but long term and our overall health. So you can see how hard he took it, talking to you guys after the game, and that's really genuine and authentic. So you can waste time talking about the what ifs and this and that. Injuries are tough, and they suck, and they're a part of our game, and they're going to continue to be a part of our game. But everybody, putting their collective, brains together to
I agree with Steph.
Scott, and then towards the back.
Scott Ostler, San Francisco Chronicle. For both you guys, the Splash Brothers, is that just a corny nickname, or is there something more to that? And also, had Kevin kind of achieved full status in that brotherhood or not?
I guess he didn't win enough Finals MVPs too. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think he is above and beyond a Splash Brother with his ability. I don't think me and Steph, we could practice as many jump shots as we want. We still can't rise up and shoot over any man on this earth. So I don't think we need to include him in the Splash Bros to validate his talent and his skill, because it's pretty obvious to the human eye how good of an athlete, great of an athlete he is.
Klay's just stingy. He wants that nickname for ourselves. He's not going to be giving that out to anybody.
Last one towards the back.
Jet Lu from the World Journal. Both of you guys, after Kevin's injury, his mother, mentioned the people who question him don't know him. He has a heart of true warrior. In your mind, what kind of person is KD? Why do so many people question him?
That's just the nature of the game these days. It happens to the greatest athletes to ever play. Every athlete at his level has gone through it, whether it's been Kevin, Muhammad Ali, LeBron James, Michael Jordan, who's a baseball players, Wayne Gretzky. They've all been questioned, especially in this day and age with the media and the 24-hour news cycle. There's going to be talking heads talking about his game and whatnot. That just comes with the territory. But we know who he is. We've won championship with him. I've played in international games with him. I've seen him every day in the gym. You don't need to question someone's heart or desire to play when you see their daily work and their resume. This man's won every accolade there is. So for these people to say that, it's really just irresponsible and stupid, because this man's been a basketball prodigy since he was 15, and his skill level is not attained unless you put the work in.
Thanks, guys.